I have done artwork my whole life. Uh, I, I think I got caught drawing caricatures of my second grade teacher and putting them in my desk, but I've always liked to draw. I think inspiration is a really interesting topic. I think it's very complicated uh, because I think it goes beyond self. The inspiration that I have now is drawing from sources that aren't really so much my personal experience as they are an interest in art history, an interest in the variety of inspirations that people have had. I am inspired by nature, but, and I think you'll hear a lot of my colleagues say that they're inspired by beautiful things outdoors, and I've certainly spent a lot of time doing that. So nature is inspiring, but nature by itself is actually not, for me, a sufficient inspiration. It has to tie, in my case, to some ideas, to a compelling idea. I've been a lawyer for 30 plus years, and I'm now really inspired by the notion that there's a common ground and interrelationship between art and law, and that there's a lot of art in law. And so that's currently an inspiration. I've thought a lot about it, and in fact, I've just finished a book about looking at the law, particularly the US Constitution, through a visual arts lens. Because I think the Constitution is sometimes made too complicated for people. Supreme Court decisions, which I've waded through 89 pages of words, but actually a lot of the visual imagery and visual thoughts of the Constitution are artistic. So the Constitution is certainly an inspired document. Inspiration is something that we have in common between art and law. Composition is something that's important, intersection between art and law. Focal point. If I'm arguing a case, I have a Supreme Court argument on Tuesday, Ohio Supreme Court. I've had to develop a focal point because I've only got 15 minutes to stand up before the 7 justices and get to the point. Focal point's important in art. Balance is hard to define, but it's certainly central to both art and law. Scales of justice, all the balancing we're looking for in art. And finally, there's this concept of craftsmanship, which something well done, whether it be making a documentary, whether it be putting that final varnish on in the right way, or making something that you're proud of that says, I did this the best way I could do it. That's definitely common to art and law, and that it says to the viewer in really a persuasive way, because I think paintings are persuasive or not. But a persuasive painting, to me at least, is a painting that says, look here, look at the care and skill and craftsmanship that went into making this thing. And these are things that art and law both have in common, and I didn't start out thinking they were the same. I started out thinking they were different worlds, but they aren't really.